Welcome back, everybody, going into the last hour of today's episode of RollPlay Nebula Jazz. I think it's time to save Quinn. The room lies before you, Quinn, battered but unbroken, the bottom of a pit, protected by a handful of the deadly vipers, sworn to protect the Empress's interests. The Empress herself, nowhere to be seen. Rex, Eugene, your new friend Dave, Yahe, Chlochu. What do you do?
I mean, I'm busy feeling myself.
Mhm.
I feel like I did some pretty cool shit just then. I helped out the group, so I'm kind of puffed up. Like, oh yeah, thank God I was here to save you guys, huh? Would have been lost without me. Lost, I say. I assume everyone's ignoring me, but I'm feeling myself. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So Dave kind of shuts the door again, and he's like, "There's 4 guards in there," and Rex is kind of on his hands on his hips, and he's looking around. And then to my right, Rex notices a trough of stagnant water that they would have fed the prisoners and Quinn just to keep them alive.
I think it would less be for feeding and more for dunking, right?
Yeah.
Like water torture, right? Dunking your head in and trying to drown you, and yeah, totally.
So Rex sees this and he just picks it up and just dumps it on himself, the whole thing. And as you see him just get submerged in this water, you see his muscles are starting to twitch and tighten up, and then you just see the door leading to where Quinn is flies open, and splinters come off, and you see the camera just shows this sole of a giant boot, as Rex just walks in and just yells Quinn, as loud as he can. And,
so you're up at the top of the stairs. You've just busted the door down at the bottom. Quinn, you hear this shouting, and all the vipers look up and grab their weapons. And then behind, back where Eugene is, Dave looks over at you, Eugene, and gestures. It's tough guy over here. I'm impressed.
Yeah, we keep him around.
Yeah, and then we cut back to you, and you get shot at a bunch, Rex.
Yeah, Rex just sprints at the guards.
Yeah. So they start firing at you with their laser lances. So let's I'm gonna make an attack. So these are elite guards. So they fire their lances at you, beams of light flying towards you. What do you do?
He's just running straight at them, just defiant in the face of these laser bullets.
Right. So just forceful then. Just running down the stairs.
It's flashily, dude. He's yelling Quinn's name, and even if he gets hit, he's still gonna keep going.
So it's about the theatrical.
It's about the theatrics of it. Yeah. He's intimidating.
Trying to intimidate
these guards.
I feel that. Okay.
And also
he's still got the blood of that thing that he ate, the other reptile that he ate on his face.
And he's also trying to empower the 2 lizards with him, right? And make them feel they can just get in here too and help.
Do like I do and just let them fucking shoot you. It doesn't matter.
But also to a degree, Rex is trying to inspire Quinn, because he knows if Quinn wanted to, he could have busted those chains on that cross whenever he wanted. But
maybe.
So.
Okay. Let me get the order sorted back out here. So Quinn, you have a quickness of quickly of what? 3?
Me?
Yes.
I have a quick of 2.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Rex, you begin by flashily attempting to defend yourself. So yeah, they're hitting you. You got 3 harm basically to deal with here. 3 stress. What are you gonna do? Are you just gonna check a box, or?
I have defending flashily. I get +2, so I'm gonna take 1 stress.
Okay. Sounds good. So for folks watching at home, how many boxes are you free?
I currently have my 1 stress box ticked. My 3 stress box ticked. So all I've got left is my 2.
Yeah, your 2 and your consequences, of course.
And my consequences.
Okay. All right, Rex. So you're running down the stairs. They're firing their weapons at you. You get hit a few times, but you keep going. What do you do? It's your turn.
Rex just like dives into these guys with like a flurry of boxer punches.
Okay.
He's just ignoring the damage he's taking and just trying to basically inflict more damage than he's receiving.
All right. Okay, cool. So it's still to me sounds like you're fighting forcefully because you're just like blasting your way in there. So why don't you roll your attack with forceful there?
All right.
Okay. All right. So they're gonna defend themselves.
Oh.
Okay. So
does he still get a +1 from Yahe and Talochu, or they're not in there yet? So
they're not in there yet. No, they're gonna run over and probably help Quinn, but Rex is too fast. So you rush forward and just start like throwing punches, and all of them just like pile on you, trying to get you with the shock pikes. You're not able to land a solid hit, but that's okay. Doesn't make anything bad happen. And then they attack you.
Cool.
So you need to defend. And I got a 4.
4.
Okay. Do you want to spend a point, or do you want to let me make a boost?
You can make a boost.
Okay. All right. So so these serpents, they know how to fight together, and I think that you're like fighting a phalanx here. They're fighting in formation. So they're fighting in a way that they're one kind of engineered machine. So when one goes low, the other go high, and you're having a really hard time keeping track of all of them because they're fast and they're snapping out with their weapons. They don't land a hit, but you can feel yourself like losing the initiative, losing the advantage.
Cool.
Quinn, you see this happening. You've been raised up on you're hanging from this like cross thing. You're about 2 meters off the ground, looking down on this scene.
Yeah, I think Rex is totally right in that I'm just here because I want to be here. And I sort of like pull myself off not from the chains, but the chains like rip from the weird snake wall cross thing. And I sort of just land down in the heat of the battle.
Okay, so you want to try to tear yourself free from the wall? Okay, make a forceful roll. Difficulty's 4. Pretty close.
I mean, you forget that I am a disgraced guardian, so I'm super strong, and technically that's a 5 is what I believe you forget.
Of course, yes, of course. So you call on the strength of your lineage, and you like you said, you don't tear for yourself free necessarily, but you tear the chains from the wall, and I think you drop to you do the 3-point superhero landing, and you stand. You still have the big snake manacles around your wrist, dragging these big thick like kind of rusting chains on the ground. But yeah, the vipers look over and hiss angrily that you've broken free. On your next turn you'll be able to do something. Eugene, up at the top of the stairs, what do you want to do?
I want to, because again, I'm not very quick. I'm not going to be able to make it down the stairs and do much yet.
Well, so there's I was going to say there's zones, right? There's the hall, there's the stairs, and then there's downstairs. There's the pit. And you are currently either on the stairs or in the hall, depending on how careful you wanted to have been before this. I assume you're in the hall?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you're 2 zones away. So yeah, you could get to the stairs from here, but you couldn't get down to the floor this turn.
Can I say, would you say that in these cells that people are in, maybe they've got some like straw in there?
I think that makes sense, probably. Yeah.
I want to, as I'm like slarping over to see what the situation is over there, I want to have a moment where I glance into the cell that Dave was in,
mm-hmm.
because it's open, and be like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, time to take this to the next level. And I just like disappear in there. And then the next time you see me, I'm showing up at the top of the steps with straw in all of the places that could look like hair.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and let's have you roll to create an aspect.
Okay, sorry. What should I roll for that?
This is flashy. You're trying to
Flashy?
create a flashy, frightening
Okay.
like disguise, basically.
Okay, a 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think 2 is sufficient for
Okay.
someone. And let's call it. Let's see.
The last straw.
Nice. It's good. I was gonna go with a straw man joke. but-
Beautiful.
All
And
right.
I generally want to be like a distraction that somebody could.
Yeah,
like,
so you
utilize.
roll around in the straw, and
Yeah.
Dave is watching you, and he's like, "Yeah, you're really just getting in there. Just that, looking good. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm about it. You do you, slime boy." And then you emerge, giggling.
Yeah,
covered
as
in
he's like saying
straws.
that. Yeah, I emerge and I'm just like a fucking mess. I put some of my slime on him, almost like I'm putting a hand on his shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Put a little slime on him and I go, "I like you, Dave."
Yeah, he
Just-
looks down. And he's like, "Really, rather you weren't touching me, but hey, I like you too, little guy." And like touches the straw a little. Waves his hand. Okay, Rex down in the pit, surrounded by deadly vipers. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, Rex. I think the guards hear like a thud, like a large thud from the beneath them, and Rex takes the opportunity to like dash in between two pikes and like let loose like a flurry of precise punches.
Nice. Yeah.
To try and wear down the guards.
Okay. Yeah. Attack quickly. Nice.
Nice. And that's with a +2, right?
Yeah, that's a 7.
7.
All right. So I got a 6. I'm going to spend one of my I'll spend one of my points to deflect your attack. Yeah, keep working for it, Rex. So you're fast. You're faster than them, but they're this is their job. So they managed to defend themselves, and then they're going to counter.
This is their job, but this is my job too. So
right.
I'm going to spend my points to make sure that those punches go exactly where Rex intends them to go, which is their chin.
Okay.
I mean, instead of spending a point, you could use last straw because I've just shown up and I'd probably be a good.
I'd say you're in the
distraction at the
hole
moment.
right now, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's true. You're not in. Rex
like not in my.
You're not in the fight in the same way.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
You're both right.
I use that one later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say that one. All right. Okay. Cool. So. Yeah, I think that they're gonna try to attack you. They take that hit. So that's what you were 9.
Yes.
Okay, and I was at 8. So take 1 point. Okay. And then they attack you, Rex. Here it comes. Okay, I got a 3. How do you defend yourself?
All right. Yeah. Just evading,
Dodging.
dodging.
Okay.
Put my hands up.
I'm gonna use one of my points to reroll that. I don't like that roll, so let's see if I can do better than a 4.
Oh.
Heck no. All right. Yeah, you're just untouchable. Yeah, and so they're just like lunging at you, and you're too quick, and they're starting to get frustrated.
I was just getting warmed up.
Yeah, they're getting angry, and you're dodging, ducking out of the way. Impossible to hit. We cut over to Quinn as you rise from your knees. I think the scale pattern tiles are all cracked under where you landed.
Yeah, there's like cracks under him.
Yeah. What do we see you do, Quinn? You just
I
freed
want to
yourself
use
from
my
the chains.
chains. I want to use my chains to beat the shit out of everyone.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have no idea what that would be. I guess I'll do it forcefully.
Yeah. Forceful is fine if you're just like brute force, grabbing them by the head with the chain and throwing them into each other. You could be flashy this way if you wanted to, but it sounds like force. It sounds like you're not trying to make a big show.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So they're gonna try to avoid getting beaten to death. And I got a 2. Okay, so it's a tie. So you get a boost unless you want to use your point.
But what you also forget is that there are many of them, and
Oh, that's right. You're outnumbered.
He's
+2.
outnumbered right now.
All right. So you
That's
deal
a 4.
you deal 2.
I think like I see Rex just sees a guy like fly against the wall in front of him from like further down the stairs, and he's like, "There he is."
Yeah, nice. So we see Quinn, just lashing out with the chains, like slamming them into each other. What is the like look on your face? Are you like serious and focused? Are you happy to be getting your vengeance? What is Quinn's?
Oh no, he's still a complete and total, like he's covered in blood and just through all you see is his, like he's not smiling or anything. You just see his eyes and he's like intensely focused on just like kicking the shit out of everyone.
Nice. Okay. Eugene.
I'm gonna make a commotion at the top of these stairs and start descending.
Okay. All right,
I'm gonna
move from the hall to the stairs.
Yeah.
So you
I'm
appear at the top of the stairs.
I'm gonna appear at the top of the stairs and say, "All right, I guess I'll come in here and save you boys," and just start like, and in my mind, the Vipers are just like, "Oh my god, who the fuck now?" Turn around and are just like,
Nice. Okay. All right. So you're gonna use your turn to move, right, to get into the fight.
Yeah.
Okay, because you get the free move from the hall to the stairs, then you can go from the stairs down to the pit, so you can attack next turn.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Rex, it is your turn.
Rex is just going to continue his assault, spurred on by knowing that Quinn has joined the battle. Just continues doing what he was doing before, just evading and getting blows in when he can.
Okay. All right. And you attack quickly. Ooh, wow.
Oh
7.
my god.
Can you, against me 3 times, you've quadruple plus. Can you not do this?
Can't help
Okay.
it.
All right.
I'm
So
just that good.
yeah, I mean, if you do nothing happens, right? I don't get a
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, Rex isn't going to do anything. But like,
Okay.
they've started to like pick up on his movement and the way he attacks, and he's finding trouble getting in again.
Yeah. Okay. So the Vipers split into two groups. 3 of which attack Quinn. The other 3 stay to fight. They stay to fight Rex. So Quinn, here they come. Shock lances spinning and sparking. I got a 4. How do you defend yourself?
Try to use the chains to knock the lances out of their hands.
Right. Okay. So like a whirling tornado of steel.
Oh, yeah.
Blocking them from attacking. Okay. Cool. That sounds like forceful or quick. Either one. Okay. All right. So I've got you by 1. Do you want to just take the stress?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. And then Rex. Same thing for you. I got a 2. And I'm actually, you go ahead and roll. Okay. I'm going to use fighting in formation because I got 1 shot on it. I'm going to use my boost to reroll. All right. Okay. So you're fine. Yeah. Good work. Okay. Quinn, your turn.
I want to use again my chains to slap at the attackers, the oncoming attackers, and try to hit as many of them I can with it, and sort of like a whoosh across all their faces.
Nice. Okay. Ooh, not a great roll.
Story of my life.
Are Yahe and Tolochu in the room yet, or no?
No, I think that they're basically like guarding the doorway.
Okay.
They're like watching your back so that more don't come in and
Okay.
I'm still outnumbered though. Yes, it's 3v1, right?
Mhm.
So technically that's a 4.
It sure is. Yep. Yeah. So you do 1 damage to your group. And we keep it going. Eugene, you wiggle your straw-covered stinky pink body down into the pit. No one is paying attention to you. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
I don't know. Can I just like make a bunch of Can I just be Eugene and just make a bunch of noise and try to draw some attention to me?
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about attacks like in this, it doesn't have to be like a physical attack. You can attack Flashly and not ever have to like touch anybody.
Yeah, I want to basically like affect their constitution. Right? I want them to like feel sick.
Yeah. Do you want to make an attack? So
yeah, if
hurt them,
like attacking them to make them feel sick. Yeah.
Sure. It's flashy. Your friends may fight with fist and claw, but you fight with stink and.
I like the idea that you're just trying to put like a slimy finger in their mouth.
I mean, you don't even have to physically touch them. You just show up and you're like, "Whoa, I'm the boogeyman. Look at me."
That's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Okay. So they're gonna attempt to resist your nightmarish pink blob, and I get a 4.
Okay. I'll use a fate point.
Okay. So you have your own 2 fate points, and you have the last straw.
Oh, I'll use the last straw.
Okay. So that bumps you up to a tie.
Mm-hmm. And then
if you don't use your fate point, you'll just get a new aspect with a boost on it. If you do use a fate point, you'll do some damage.
Oh, if I don't, then I get a new aspect.
Yeah, because basically you were 2 behind. If you spend 2 points, you'll tie, which gives you the opportunity to create a new boost. So you're still kind of breaking even if you use the last straw, because it'll go away and you'll get a different one that's free instead.
Sure.
If you spend one of your own fate points, that'll put you at 6 over their 4, and I'll have to deal with 2 damage.
Okay, I'll let it create a new aspect, I guess.
Okay, what do you want to call it?
Eugene.
EWW
Gene.
I love it. All right. So you create a boost. You didn't do any damage, but they're definitely just like, what is that horrible thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Cool. Okay. Rex, it's your turn.
Cool. Rex like sees the guards recoil at Eugene, and he kind of smirks, and he's like, eyes this way, and just attacks again.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Back here, ladies. And then okay. All right. I got a 5.
Cool. I'm on a 6.
Yes, you are. All right. So you're dealing with them. That's the last one of your group, Rex. It was just you. You deal 1 more damage and knock this one out. So there's just one's fighting Quinn now.
Sick.
So yeah, I think the one that was fighting you looks away for a second, and then you.
She looks away. She kind of shrieks as like this is towering weird Eugene thing, and I take the opportunity just to like give her like a right hook, and she just goes down.
Nice.
And, I look at Eugene and I'm like, "Good job." Oh,
yeah, good job, Stinky.
Like, reel at the smell. Yeah.
Thank you. Where would you guys be without me? I wonder this all the time.
All right, so Quinn, you're getting shock piked. Here comes. Let's see what I get. I got 3.
Okay.
How do you defend yourself?
Again, I want to try and knock their things out of their hands. I'm using my chains to just beat on people.
Excellent. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Never get above a 2.
I got you by 1. Do you want to spend that last fate point?
I mean,
you've got Eugene too.
Do we have the Return of the Blixnort?
Yes. Yeah, you've had that all along.
You have two uses of that.
I gotta use that though. If you guys are gonna force me to do this damn trial, I gotta save it for that.
That's true.
I mean, I'll take a thing. I'll take a little shock to the system. I'm fine.
Okay, so I've got you by 1. Let's bump it up. I think I'm gonna use this last point. So I've got 3. Okay, Quinn, it's your turn.
I want to slap them around with these chains. I'm fucking just chaining on Ben.
Okay, all right. Oh, good. A 0.
Look, I've been tortured, y'all.
You're not in your aim game, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm my skin.
Why can't I get that 7 when I attack? Why can't I get the 7?
Oh my god, against a 7? Fuck.
All right, so they've got your chain game figured out, and they just like duck and weave, and you're slamming them into the tiles and whipping the chains around, but no dice. I got you by 7, which sadly doesn't do anything except defend me a great deal. Eugene, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. Could I reach them at this point?
You're in the same zone as them. Yeah, you're down in the pit.
Okay. I want to say that they're like feeling kind of cocky now. They're dodging all of Quinn's attacks, and just feeling like, ha, blick snort.
Yeah.
Gross, and then they just hear a voice from right next to them go, "Hey ladies." And they look down and I'm just there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ha.
You look like you've been attacked by a porcupine. You're just covered in like gross pieces of straw.
Yeah, I'm pink.
Yeah.
I smell terrible. And now I've got like what looks like it could possibly be body hair. So I'm the triple threat.
Gross. Okay. All right.
Red.
Yeah, go ahead and attack.
4.
Let's get that 4. All right. So they will
No
defend.
sevens, no whammies.
I get a 3. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I don't have any more points, so they take the hit.
Can I also use Eugene and just like
Make it worse.
bump it up, just like,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you use Eugene. That'll do them. That'll finish them off. So they flee in terror and disgust from you, hissing angrily at Quinn. They flee the scene. So they disappear into the shadows, and then there's quiet, right? The after effects of the battle. Quinn, you're still like wounded and staggered. You have your chains hanging from your wrists, yeah. What does everybody do? I guess Rex, do you say anything? You've rescued your friend Quinn.
Rex, he doesn't say anything. He's like just like dripping wet with like war and blood, and he's like has his hands on his hips, and he's like a little bit out of breath, and he just like gives Quinn like a toothy grin.
Quinn goes to smile and then passes out and falls on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like hell. Crashes.
Yeah.
He's down.
Yep.
Rex like calls up to the other lizards, guys, I need you down here.
Okay. Yeah. Yahe and Tolochu come. They come running down the stairs, and Yahe or Tolochu says to you, Rex, we have to leave quickly. And he looks up and he's like, "There'll be more on the way."
Rex, he's like, get him up, and then he kind of like looks around the room, and he says some stuff like, "There must be another way out of here." And is there anything in this room, Adam, that we see that maybe like a steel grate over a, I don't know, tunnel or?
I mean, you could. Here's the thing you could do. You could make you could take the time to make a roll. You could discover an aspect, and the aspect could be, another way out.
All right. Yeah. Rex attempts to discover an aspect about the situation.
Right. Careful. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it to you, but we're gonna complicate that shit.
Okay.
So
Wait, can I help?
yeah, Eugene. Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Because
how
I'm a
do you
disgusting
help?
coward.
Oh, yeah,
I would
of
say
course.
that I know how to
You did
get out
not
of a
plus one.
situation. I would be able
You
to help him find a
the
way
first
out.
thing you did was you like scoped out an escape route before you even put in the fight.
Yeah, of course.
Totally.
Because like,
Okay. So there's a drainage hatch, right? There's a metallic mesh where the blood and fluids and whatever would drain when you're torturing someone. And Eugene, you and Rex both look at it at the same time.
we're like, what?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Rex like looks down and looks at the other lizards, and he's like, "Give me a hand," and just goes to like lift up the grate.
And Tlochu or Yahe stops, doesn't stop you, but puts his hand up, and he's like, "But wait, friend Rex, that leads to the catacombs." And yeah, like there's a moment between the two of them where they like look at each other like, "Oh, the catacombs."
Rex looks at, he like points to Quinn, and he's like, "We don't have much choice."
And Yahe or Tolochu says, "But we can't go down there. It is forbidden." And the other is like nodding, like, "Yes, forbidden."
Oh, forbidden, like
Forbidden for you, maybe.
like you must always have a jar forbidden. You mean that kind of forbidden?
He shakes his head. No.
Oh, Nice, sick burn.
An ancient law, older even than the jarring rituals. There's dark magic down there. And they both look like legit spooked.
Rex like poses a hypothetical, and he just says, hypothetically, if we were to go down into the area of dark magic, who would be the lizard you would be safest going down there with in all of lizarddom?
Yahe or Tolochu begins saying like, well, the Blixnor, and then the other puts his hand out like, shh, no, he's untested. And he looks at Quinn and he says, you cannot take the Blixnort there. What if?
Consider this the test, okay? We have to go. Or
and they I think that Yahe or Tolochu steps forward and he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, you've proven yourself a great warrior, friend Rex. And if anyone can see the Blixnort Libelacta through these dark tunnels, it is you. But and he like looks at Yahe or Tolochu and he says, but we cannot go. We cannot follow into the darkness where you take him. We will stay and protect the way out. And I think that's when you hear the door like clatter open. I guess you kicked it in. So you hear hissing at the top of the stairs and we see some more of these vipers. And
Where's
Yahe
Dave?
and Tolochu. Yeah, Dave's like right behind you. Dave's just like, yeah, let's go into the tunnels. I don't give a fuck. Let's go. He's just ready. He's fucking ready. He's got his Doritos. He's ready to dive into darkness. But Yahe and Tolochu look at each other and we see them look at you, Rex. And we see them like reach down and they like hold hands and they look up and they say, one of them says, whatever happens, friend Rex, protect the Blixnort. And they both like kind of crouch down and the other snarls at you and says, go. And then the vipers like start swarming down the stairs towards them.
Cool.
You heard him. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, you see like Dave jump in, and then you see Rex just like throw Quinn's hand over his shoulder and just like basically dump him into the hole, and then just jump in, and Rex kind of like lifts the great arm and he's about to like drop it over himself, and he like looks at the two guys, and he doesn't want to say like. He knows they're probably not going to live, but he's just like, don't die. And then just like lowers the lid.
Okay. Yeah. And so we hear the blasting of shock lances and the roaring of these two mighty warriors as they fight off the vipers, buying you an opportunity to escape into the undertunnels.
Cool.
So while that's happening, Aurora.
I'm here still.
Yeah, so we cut back to Aurora and Crocsep, and I think that Crocsep is like looking up at the sky, and he looks at you.
Oh no, you have no idea what we've been doing. Oh, we got a block party going on. We invited some nice looking, well, I think they might be nice looking ladies to join Croc. And
so he's wearing like a little apron that's like Kiss the Croc, and he's like grilling some steaks.
We got a whole party, and I'm playing like all the little lizard kids and all that, just having a good time.
Like Sparky has turned into a boombox and is playing
just playing music in the background.
Some lizards playing beach volleyball. It's like a whole thing.
And we're just having a good old time. I'm teaching them how to cook a proper steak. And all of that, like, no, let me show you. Like, you guys, this is awful. What I ate today, awful. And I'm drunk as well, so I'm just slurring all my words and completely the opposite of everything that's been going on with everyone else.
Yeah, we just cut back to some beach jams, little yacht rock on the radio.
It's like a fiesta party.
Yeah, you got your little your bikini on, like grilling by the barbecue. All these like lizards
on it,
around.
and I got tails going on.
Perfect. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Nice comical interlude. We cut back to that. Meanwhile, in the horrible tunnels of darkness.
Yeah. There's like a brief moment where Aurora was like, was I supposed to be doing something else?
Yeah, something's supposed to be going on.
Yeah, she puts it out of her mind.
I have a table set, and it has spots for everyone that's supposed to come back, and I'm like, where are they? They're supposed to be back by now.
Awesome. All right, so we cut down to the tunnels, and these tunnels. This is where we get all like kind of like Lovecrafty, and everything is this kind of like dark stone. It's like dripping with strange greenish fluids. And yeah, it's very evident that while like this is also being kind of used as a sluice, like as a sewer, that you were in a place of some darkness. And yeah, and I think we pan across and we see all of you. And Eugene, you and Dave are kind of like taking up the rear. And I guess Rex, you have one of the like torches that you took before. And yeah, Dave kind of like looks around nervously, and he's like, I gotta tell you, I mean, I appreciate the rescue and everything, but like, I don't feel good about these tunnels.
Just keep moving. I think Rex has delegated the torch to Dave as well, and he's like carrying the full weight of Quinn. Like waiting, but he's wading through the water, so it's like Rex is, you know, got some form of unnatural strength in a unique situation where he's like in the water wading through with Quinn. So some of Quinn's body weight is he's a little bit lighter than he'd usually be as well. So he's just kind of like carrying Quinn, and like he's delegated the torch to Dave, and Dave just keeps like fucking looking at weird shit with it, and he's just like, keep moving.
Quinn, are you awake? Are you're conscious during this scene?
No, I'm out. Like
Okay.
the stress of everything that happened, I'm down.
All right, so yeah, so I mean, like Rex, you're bearing, you're basically like carrying Quinn. He's like dead weight if he.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just like drooped over my shoulders, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're making your way through these tunnels, and yeah, everybody has this sense of like foreboding, like something very bad is happening down here. There's a strange vibe. Yeah, and you have no idea where to go. How do you find your way out?
We're just walking.
I'm gonna say, in case this is gonna turn into a fucking labyrinth situation where we wind up like where we started. How did this happen? Ever since we got into the catacombs, I've been discarding pieces of straw from my body that has inadvertently left like a trail. So we always know like where we've been.
Nice. You're Hansel and Greteling your way out of this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I think the tunnel is like starting to widen, and so like I'm heading in the direction of the tunnel opening out into what may be like a room or, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm just heading from narrow to wide.
Okay, cool. So Dave is kind of like mumbling to himself nervously. He's not sure like what's going on as you move your way through these tunnels. And I think that eventually, like, there is a lot of that kind of like twisting and turning. And the further into the catacombs you go, the more like HR Giger-esque they become. And and eventually you find yourself in a like a kind of chamber. It's got this sort of like sweeping floor, and then there's a pedestal of kind of alien-looking serpents all like clustered together. This sort of pillar extends up, and there's like a faint green light that's coming from like kind of all around you, just sort of suffuses the air. You enter this chamber. And you can hear a faint like humming in the air, weird sort of like vibration. And yeah, you're pretty lost, to be totally honest. Like you're not really sure what the hell's going on down here.
Rex, in his frustration, like even in this room, he's kind of like even lost his sense of smell. Like this room is weird, but out of frustration, he kind of just like puts Quinn down, like slumped against the wall, and like frustratedly, hands on his hips, he just looks around. He's like, "Fuck, we're lost."
Yeah, and it kind of like echoes off the wall. And
can I try? I want to, because we've established that like Eugene is mostly touch, like he mostly feels things. To see whether or not I can tell where, like if I can feel air coming from a certain direction, like a way that would lead to the surface or to like an opening.
Yeah. Try to get your bearings.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your careful, probably.
Okay.
Careful or clever.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, it's a 1. All right. Now you are lost.
Yeah, this room is
Super
weird,
lost.
man. I can't feel anything, and that weirds me out too.
Rex goes to inspect the pedestal in the middle of the room.
Okay. Yeah. Dave steps in front of you. He puts his hand up. He's like, "Hey, man, no, don't touch the pedestal, man. Don't they got Dungeons and Dragons on the planet you're from? Shit."
You see
like-
like this large gray hand just like push Dave's head out the way.
And he's like, "All right, man, but when you get your ass fireballed, I'm gonna be over on the other side of the room." And he looks over at you, Eugene. And he's like, "We need to get away from this pedestal. It's gonna be poison gas or some shit." And he just like walks over to the hallway, like, "Listen,
Yeah, you don't got to tell me twice. I like start to follow Dave, but then I'm torn because Quinn's there. Quinn's just like up against the wall, and I'm like, well, look, all right, it's because I like you. This is like to the unconscious Quinn. I'm gonna stay with you because I like you, but otherwise I would be with Dave because Dave gets me."
Yeah, and Dave's on the other side of the room, and he's just like, "It was nice knowing you guys." Yeah. So the pillar is like a bunch of snakes kind of clustered together, creating this long kind of column, and then their heads are up at the top of the top of the pillar. I mean, you see it, and it's covered in this thin sort of sheen of slime. You could probably climb it if you wanted to.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So you
Rex,
start
like,
to climb this.
finds a good footing and
Start to
like
ascend
looks
the
up it a
slimy
couple of
tower.
times. It looks at Quinn and decides he's gonna investigate.
Okay. All right. So you ascend the tower, and at the top, right? It's like probably like 10 meters tall, like a big 30-foot tall like tower. You climb all the way up to the top, pull yourself up, and it kind of like spreads out so that the chins of the snakes are all like touching in the middle, and their mouths open out, and there's like a flat like disc placed in their teeth, so their teeth kind of hook over the edge. And you pull yourself up on top, yeah, there's a faint kind of like just like a ball of greenish light just floating, and this is where the light was coming from, just like floating on top of this like tower.
Cool. Is there like anything else? Is it literally just a
Just like a
ball,
ball
light?
of energy kind of like floating in this area. Quinn,
Rex,
I was gonna say, Eugene, you notice Quinn's eyes start to flutter. Quinn, you start to wake up.
I wanna compel Rex.
Yeah.
I wanna compel Rex and say, "You're a daring dude. You're not scared of much, and this thing is weird, and you kind of want to touch it."
Yeah, I mean, Rex doesn't have a choice, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless you can think of something more compellingly heroic to do to this object. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Rex just kind of like yells back to the group. He yells to Eugene, and he's like, "It's like an orb up here or something." And,
Well, whatever you do, don't touch it.
I'm sure it's fine.
What?
And you see Rex's hand just like extend towards the orb.
All right. Yeah, so you start reaching, and Eugene, you're like, "Don't touch it." And Dave is like, "Orb rule number 1, you don't touch the orb. Come on." And we just see your gray hand like reach into the kind of cloud of light. And I want to know, Quinn, when you come to, when you wake up, like, because you didn't get the transition between these things, you know exactly where you are. This is a place that as a child you were told stories about, right? We never go into the catacombs below the temple, that like evil magic dwells there. Like, it's very bad.
And he also heard very recently from Vaj, right?
Yeah,
She was
well,
like,
you know
I've
that
been.
Yeah, she's been in the catacombs. She's seen, the dark power that will redeem your species.
And how close is Rex to touching things?
I mean, Rex is going to touch it regardless. But yeah.
Oh, well then if Rex is going to touch it regardless, we have to have the Quinn waking up and noticing what's going on, and right as he says, "Don't touch it," he then touches it. We have to
Yeah.
I mean, we have to have that scene.
Yeah, of course.
Must be.
Yeah. So you touch it, and there's like a blinding flash, and everything goes like green. We cut back to the like barbecue, and like we see one of the kids like pulling on your like shorts, I guess, or whatever, or to get your attention, and like pointing, and we see this like green beam of light just go like up into space.
Just like a pillar.
Yeah, just little like shooting up into space. And then we cut to the temple, and there's like a bunch of people around, like preparing the temple for the arrival of the Blixnort. And they all kind of like look up, and, like peer into the sunny sky and see this green beam. And it's just this like super bright flash. And then Rex, when when your vision clears, all of you, I guess, when your vision clears, you're standing in a like a vast empty darkness. Right? You can see your friends, but there's just like darkness all around you. And Dave like looks around. He's like, ah, shit. And and you can feel all of you, like it's like being in a room with your eyes closed, but there's someone else in the room. They're not moving or making sound, but you can feel that they're there. There's like a presence in the room. And Rex, I think, you just like feel it's like tingling in your hands as you like reach out. You're like, oh, where's the orb?
Cool.
So what does everybody do when they realize they're like in this weird pocket of darkness?
Rex just like looks at Quinn, expecting him to know what the fuck is going on.
Wait, so we can see one another.
You can see each other. Yeah, you're lit as though like perfectly from some like other direction. There's no source of light though.
Quinn is just like, what did you do? And he like tries to scramble up, but he's still pretty weak, and kind of stumbles forward and grabs onto a little bit of Eugene's goop to like keep himself up, but just sort of masses Eugene down.
Yeah. Just like, all right, I'm gonna, sure, whatever you need, because you've been through a lot, but we'll talk about this later.
And he moves forward and walks towards Rex, trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
Yeah, Rex like lowers himself down off the.
Well, there's no pedestal anymore. You're all just.
We're all like on the flat plane.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Rex,
Vanta Black Dimension.
Rex just like walks towards you, and he's still like looking around, and he's like, "Well, didn't have much choice, did we?"
Yeah. And Dave is like, "Where are we?"
Quinn looks around and sees that it's just is there anything in the sky? Is it just pitch black?
Darkness in all directions, yeah. A flat matte darkness.
Rex calls out, "Hello!"
Yeah, and it like echoes in the darkness. And then Quinn, something begins to materialize. And I'm curious, and I'm asking you this as Quinn's like player, what if there was a dark power, let's say hypothetically, if like the lizard people equivalent of, I don't know, Satan, were to appear to tempt the Blixnort Libelacta from the path of righteousness,
Oh shit.
what form would such an entity take? Use the form of the Destructor, Jesse.
So out of the darkness steps his sister.
Okay.
And she slowly approaches them and begins to talk, but it's one of those like, creepy her voice, but another voice in the background kind of
Yeah,
deal.
like underneath it, all like raspy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And begins to speak to them.
Okay. So you see your sister like form from the darkness, and she's stepping forward, and we see Quinn, and Quinn's all, you're all like beat up and you look exhausted. And she like slithers towards you, looking like kind of sad for you, like, oh, you're in such a rough shape.
Up until like throughout this entire operation, right? Eugene has felt kind of like, yeah, I can be one of like the fighters, right? Like I can help out. I'm not always such a fucking coward. The second that they got into this situation and he started to feel the pressure, like his cowardice ramped up to like 12.
There's nowhere to run too, so that'd be terrifying for you.
Yeah, if anybody were to look at him right now, he's basically almost in a survival instinct sort of way, the way that animals try to make themselves smaller. Like that's kind of what he's like. He's just
tiny hyperdense pink blob.
Yeah, he's like overwhelmed to the point that he's just become as small as like this weird sort of gelatin on the ground that's kind of like trembling a little bit.
So the entity in the darkness, it doesn't have to ask Quinn because it knows already. What does Quinn desire most?
Well, so I think that Quinn desires most I think, oh man, he desires not like intergalactic peace, but emotional peace, like the ability to just be happy with oneself without.
I love how I think all that happens then, if that's Quinn's truest, deepest desire, I think this is a short encounter. I think that you defeat Satan by simply being pure of heart here, like you're doing what the Blixnortly would do. So she approaches and like looks at you, and she's about to speak, right? Like her forked tongue is ready to like try to tempt you from the path. And she just shakes her head like she's disappointed, like she can't. She just knows. She knows she can't tempt you because what you want is the exact opposite of everything that this entity is designed to do. And so she shakes her head and I think she just says, I have no business with you, and disappears into the darkness. And the dark starts to like fade around you. And you, I think you find yourselves, I like how you just like stonewalled Satan. Good work.
That's awesome.
Like there's no way around that, right? Like if all she can do is give you your heart's desire, and your heart's desire is to reject her, then you're good.
I want to, oh God, I need to do this. I want to compel you as our leader on this exciting adventure. The darkness does not fade.
Okay.
But instead, Eugene starts to back up and sort of like hide himself away, and bumps into behind it is Cthulhu, who is standing there. Rex turns around and sees Thuja, and Dave sees Dave.
Yeah.
Dave just sees a complete reflection of
Yeah,
himself.
Dave turns on bumps. He turns around. He's like, "Whoa, hey, bro."
And the other Dave goes, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah, Dave is played by like Bill and Ted era Keanu Reeves now. That's canon.
This whole time I've been imagining
Bro.
Dave as Krendor.
But I'm Dave. No, I'm Dave.
Yeah.
If you're Dave, who am I? Dave.
Okay. And so what, I guess, what is if they can't tempt the Blixnort, then I suppose the entity will attempt to tempt.
Right. And so Thuja, for example, slaps Rex and then tries to kiss him. And nothing's asked of these people. It's just the entity's trying to get at them with what
Kind of like feed on our Discord.
whatever his damn name is, I just forgot it. Cthulhu is offering a way to like wants to sell or buy the egg, and Dave is like broing down with Dave, like Dave. He's like Dave.
Yeah, totally. Opposite Dave has like a joint and a hamburger. It's like, what's up, man? You want to hang out? So I mean, I guess the question is here, not so much like do you resist the temptation, but like what happens? I guess you could secretly resist or not. It's up to you, Eugene. You see a vision of the great riches that await you if you side with the Empress, right? She's like queen of this world, and she's gonna be queen of the universe soon. And wouldn't it be great if you could be like the slime by her side? You could be her treasurer, right? Like, and Cthulhu is like just telling you this, like, listen, man, I got the best deal for you, and like explaining, what could happen. You just gotta jump on the right team.
Right.
What do you do? Do you resist, or are you like, yes, this is great. I'll do this.
Yeah, I resist. I think that this is like an important moment for all of the characters, right? But like for Eugene, especially coming off the back of it wasn't even entirely egotism, this feeling of like, yeah, I'm hot shit, right? It was also like finally feeling like he's being useful, and he would never admit that. But this entire like save Quinn thing, like he and Quinn have always been good friends, and the fact that he was able to help Quinn come back, like to help save his friend, that's not something that he ever imagined having a big part in, right?
Yeah.
And I think in this conversation with Cthulhu, there's a moment where like he's like, yeah, no, that's exactly what I want, that's what I've always wanted, you know. But then he also has to ask, but what's going to happen to them? And there's just a feeling where he realizes like, no, this isn't right. Like, this isn't how I want this. I do want this, but this isn't how I want this.
Nice. Okay.
And he
cool.
kind of betrays like what normally has been his base instinct in this kind of raw moment of realizing like, I don't want that if it means that they're not okay.
Yeah.
You know?
I dig it. Cool. Okay. Rex, what about you? Does the devil get into your underpants, or do you say no, get thee behind me, Satan?
I think like he's into it at first, and then he kind of looks around and realizes like he can't see his team. He can't see any of the other guys.
Thuja through this like devil serpent, Thuja promises you a glorious life of sex and violence at her side. But yeah, you look around and you realize like, yeah, it would ultimately that it's like a lonely experience.
Yeah, he thinks about it, and he's done it before, and it was a lonely experience, and now he's like learned about the value of camaraderie, and he's got this like team he's with, and they're not here, and that ain't right. And I think like she like tries to kiss him, and he just like grabs her by the throat.
Oh God, we could tie it right back to the conversation in the beginning, because if she wants to be your lover, she's got to get with your friend.
She's got to get with my friend. Yeah.
And then he slams her body down and winds all around.
Awesome. So I think the last we see you rejecting Snake Satan, and then the last thing we see is Dave and Evil Dave like broing down, and then regular Dave stops and he's like, wait a second, and he like looks at Evil Dave, and the two of them, look identical, except alternate universe Dave has a little like sinister looking goatee.
God damn it.
And he points at it. He's like, yeah, and he's like, hold on. No, I know how this goes. You're evil mirror world, Dave. Oh no, I'm not having any of this. And he turns around as the mirror dimension starts to fade, and he turns around and he's like, come on, guys, we got to get out of here. And then you can see there's an exit. It was there all along, but it was hidden from you. And and Dave is like, let's go, come on, and like points for the exit. And and I think that you leave the catacombs. And as you flee to take Quinn to the temple of the Blixnort Libalacta, I think that's where we'll close our episode. The whole end credits sequence is just like cheerful music and like beach party with with your new friends. And
I want the end scene to be like like this grate gets lifted up like right next to this huge like fiesta party, and you see you see like Eugene's head just come out and look around, and then people at the party like see him and start like screaming, like dropping their food, running and stuff. And that's just like the end credits is just like this fiesta being ruined by Eugene's emergence of like a drainage.
Yeah, because everybody just like runs.
Yeah, because he like looks fucking terrifying.
Beautiful. Good work, everybody. Nice job as always. Let's do some shout outs, shall we? Thanks for being a trooper, Pokket. You did good.
Great. I had a beach party, so
why don't you start us off with the shout outs?
Well, my name's Pokket, and I like to party on the beach and stream video games and rage while I do so. I'm still playing Battlegrounds. So Telltale just came out, might be playing that. I stream on twitch.tv/Pokket with 2Ks. and Monday through whenever. I've been doing like every day, so I don't know what's going on anymore. And yeah, and if you want to do that, you can follow me. Is it over here? Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today was still fun, even if I was quiet the last hour.
Awesome. Sam, why don't you do next?
What's up, guys? My name's Strippin. I too play games. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Strippin. After this, I'll be continuing my Persona 5 playthrough. I think we're past the halfway mark, which is a relief because I'm nearly 60 hours in. So good. But yeah, we'll be picking up afterwards. If not, you can find me from noon PST most days streaming, or you can hit me up on the Twitter at Strippin. This was maybe my favorite episode yet. So this is great.
Excellent. Thanks, Sam. Jesse?
I want to give a shout out to Dave. He's the realest of us all. Dave, played by Keanu Reeves, really, truly showed us all what it meant to be human. And I think we can appreciate that, especially in this day and age.
In this day and age.
This day and age.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah. Look, my allergies are killing me. So if I was knocked out and or in prison the entire time, God, that felt great. Stuffed up. It's all there. Everything about me is on the screen. Thank you so much for watching as usual. This is so much fun. I enjoy doing this every week, and I will see you guys next time.
Fantastic. And last but not least, my favorite slime and yours.
Aw.
Go ahead, Dodger. Go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm Dodger. I do gaming stuff. I do anime stuff. I'm on YouTube at youtube.com/pressstart-to-continue and Twitch at twitch.tv/dexbonus. Yeah, and I also love doing this show every week. This episode was so fun. It flew by. And we were on our second break. Yeah. When we were on the second break, I was like, oh my God, we're almost done. It's just like the weirdest feeling. But yeah, I'm so glad that everybody's enjoying it so much because we enjoy it too. And hopefully we'll see you next episode.
Good stuff. Cool. Well, I'm Adam Koebel. I'm the GM of this ongoing craziness. We've got a big Blixnord episode next time. Now I'm going to be in Australia next weekend, so we'll have to schedule around that, but we'll figure it out. We'll let you know. You can find out when more episodes of this and other roleplay shows are by checking out the events page. Make sure you pop over to community.itmejp.com. I posted the Q&A for this week's episode, so if you have things you want to talk to the cast about, thoughts about the episode, curiosity about the rules, that kind of thing, go on over and do that. In the interim, you can find me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost or twitch.tv/Adam Koebel. It's all in the thing. I've said this 1,000 times. You know where I'm at. We will see you next time for more Nebula Jazz. We're going to go and record the Patreon video. So if you are a patron, keep an eye out on your inbox for that. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.